Hi, hello dear students. I feel greatly excited to meet you all to present this beautiful video session for all of you. I hope you can enjoy a lot. I am Mr. Arakkonam from Bharathidhasanar Matric Higher Secondary School of Arakkonam. Today I feel happy to teach you, to make you learn a wonderful story which is prescribed for us in 9th standard English. The title of the supplementary reader is The Envious Neighbour. The source here is, it is taken from Japanese folk tale. Students, I hope everyone likes pet animals. Here also we have got pet animals. The pet animal here comes from, it's a dog. So you can easily guess because it is going to play a huge role. And please open your 9th standard Supplementary textbook where you can find in refer to page number 22 to 26. You will find this whole story. And before entering this story, you must know that what are all the characters involved in the whole out story. So the first thing is the greedy old couple. So ஒரு பேராசை பிடித்த ஒரு தம்பதியினர் இருக்கிறாங்க. Second one is honest old couple. நன்கு நேர்மையான வாழ்க்கையில் நல்ல ஒரு நன்னடத்தை கொண்டிருக்கின்ற ஒரு அனதர் மற்றும் ஒரு தம்பதியினர் இருக்கின்றனர். So இருவரும் அண்டை வீட்டார்கள். Both of them are neighbors at home and there is a special role played by a little or a loyal dog. So what are all the three characters we have got? A loyal dog, honest and old couple, and we have also got the greedy old couple. Let's see what are the important keynotes these characters have. The first thing we can see the honest old couple. Actually, the honest old couple, they were very kind enough because they treated their pet animals very nicely. Especially, they had a dog. The name of the dog is not mentioned in the story. Anyhow, the old man and his wife had a dog which helped in finding the treasure. So, it was the dog which helped finding the good treasures which was hidden under the earth. They became rich and lived a comfortable life. And they were so generous towards the poor. So they got huge amount of treasure, but they also helped others. That is the lesson we are going to learn through this story. And the second one is the greedy old couple. When those couples were so generous at heart, they were so kind-hearted, soft-hearted, there is another family who were neighbors from them. The greedy old couple, actually they borrowed, as soon as they heard this, they borrowed the dog from the honest old couple and they prepared a great feast for the dog. Anyhow, they found no treasure in their garden, so they killed the dog. So these are the key features we must know. As we see the summary, we can come to know the whole story, dear students. Once again, they borrowed the mortar, but no sooner did they try to use it, all their rice turned into filth, so they broke and burnt it. So that is what happened for the greedy old couple. Next, we shall see something about the loyal dog, because the dog helped the honest old couple, the same dog which didn't do anything for the greedy old couple because they were not good at heart. So it was the same loyal dog. It helped the couples in getting the real wealth for them. After being borrowed by the greedy old couple, the dog had received nothing but only the cuffs and kicks from his hosts. So அது அவர்களிடமிருந்து பெறப்பட்ட பிறகு அந்த டாக் கடன் வாங்கப்பட்டது. அதன் பிறகு அதற்கு சரிவரமான உணவு கிடைக்கவில்லை. அது அடி உதை போன்றவற்றை தான் அது அவமானப்பட்டு காயப்பட்டது. So while I am narrating the story, you can come to understand, dear students. Due to the greediness of the wicked couple, the loyal dog was killed mercilessly because they were so greedy. பேராசை பிடித்தவர்களாக அந்த wicked old couple இருந்ததனால அந்த நல்ல ஒரு loyal dog, நன்றியும் விசுவாசம் உள்ள அந்த நாய் அவர்களால் கொல்லப்பட்டது. Mercilessly refers to ஈவு இரக்கம் இல்லாமல் ruthlessly it was killed. Even after its death, the dog appeared in the dream of the honest man and asked him to make a mortar and use it as if it were the dog itself. Dear students, now we have seen the whole story in the form of gist. Anyhow, we shall see the beautiful summary of this. The first thing is, these are the couples we saw that. So they enjoyed a real life. They enjoyed a lot because it was the dog. They used to feed the dog with the fish. The dog too loved this couple, because whenever we treat the animals in a kind manner, it will also reciprocate the same. So one day the dog began to bark when it was taken for a walking. So they had a walk, so they walked the dog. That time the dog began to bark, bow wow wow. So it was by wagging his tail violently. So they got shocked why this happened. They thought that okay, something must be this. So in a particular place the dog barked again and again. So they had a doubt, okay, something is there for the dog to eat. But at last they found that they thought that there must be nice thing to eat, but they began digging the place and they had found a great treasure. What did they find? They had found the great treasure. So this is the picture of treasure. There was full of gold and silver treasure. So seeing this, the kind or the couples, the honest couple were so happy by this. So by getting all those treasures, what did they do? They offered the poor. So whoever the people, they were very poor at heart, they were offered with this beautiful thing. So seeing this and bought the fields for them. So after that, with the minimum amount, they bought another field and they were leading a very good honest life. So meanwhile, in the neighboring house, there dwelt a covetous and stingy old couple. So these are the three things we see that they saw. They dwelt a covetous. Covetous refers to பேராசை பிடித்த. Stingy எந்த விதமான, அதாவது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கஞ்சத்தனமான என்று சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த யாருக்குமே உதவி செய்யாத ஒரு மனநிலை இருக்கும் அவங்களுக்கு. அவங்க வந்து அவங்க வீட்டு பக்கத்துல இருந்தாங்க. So they saw that persons, those two old couple, and that old couple, they heard the news and borrowed the dog to find the treasure. So these people, they bought the dog, they borrowed the dog from them, and they wanted to get the same amount of wealth with the help of dog. So they tied up the dog with a rope and led him into the garden to find treasure. So they did the same what a kind old couple did. So meanwhile it was taking on, it did not do anything. Dog did not do anything. At last anyhow the dog began to sniff. ஒரு இடத்துல போய் மோப்பம் பிடிச்சது. So thinking that treasure, they dug and found. So they found only what? So the wicked couple were able to found a dirty and nasty offal. So seeing this, something which was here hidden or buried for a long time. So it was smelling very nasty offal. So dirty it was. And at last, at being disappointed, they seized the dog and they killed the dog, because the dog did not offer him or did not help him in finding the real wealth. So they got broken, and at heart they killed the dog mercilessly. So the good old man heard this news and with a heavy heart went to the place with the delicate food, incense, flowers, as he shed tears over his lost pet. நம்ம வீட்ல யாராவது ஒருத்தர் இறந்து போனாங்க, நாம அன்பு வச்சிருக்கிறவங்க, especially the pet animals, if it dies, what do? We go to the place and we express our sense of gratitude. That is what he also did, because they were very kind hearted. So they had buried it under the pine tree. So what happened? This is the pine tree you have seen in the hilly area. One day that night the dog appeared in the good man dream. See, the man is sleeping. The dog came into the dream and suggested to cut down the pine tree so that it made a mortar which would give him rich treasure. So it is suggested that you make a mortar out of it with the help of the pine tree after cutting down, because the dog was buried under the pine tree. So this is a mortar picture. As he made the mortar, each grain of rice turned into some rich treasure. So whenever the rice is poured into it, it became the real treasure. So the wicked old couple saw this and had borrowed it. They tried to use it, but they could not do anything. It went all in vain. So but all their rice turned into filth. So by the anger they broke and burnt the mortar. That is how they expressed their anger. See, one night again the dog appeared in good man dream and told about the burnt mortar, and additionally it gave him an ஐடியா. அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் இன்னொரு ஒரு நாள் கனவில் தோன்றி அந்த நாயானது அந்த ஓல்டு கப்பலுக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு கருத்தை வந்து ஒரு ஐடியாவை கொடுத்துச்சு. என்ன கொடுத்துச்சு அப்படின்னு பாக்குனீங்கன்னா, as per the idea, with a heavy heart, he begged the neighbor for the ashes for his martyr. So அது எரிக்கப்பட்டதிலிருந்து அந்த சாம்பலை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வந்து, if the same ashes is poured and announced at the people like that, he had the power of bringing dead trees to life again by sprinkle the ashes. So அந்த சாம்பலை வந்து அந்த ட்ரீஸ் மேல வந்து காய்ந்து வறண்டு போன மரங்களின் மீது தெளித்தோமே ஆனால் அது என்னவாகுமா? அது அழகாக பூக்கள் தொடுத்து மலர்ந்து அது நன்றாக நறுமணம் வீசக்கூடிய ஒரு இடமாக மாறும் என்று அதுக்கு சொல்லப்பட. So he also did the same in front of the prince. He began to scatter the ashes on the withered tree. So that is how he did it, and it started blooming, it started sprouting. So there were so many flowers were seen. So hearing this, the another person who is there, the wicked old couple, also heard this. So see, this is the beautiful shoot out of the put forth of the flowers we see, and you can also see that. So the prince gave him some rich gifts and sent him home rejoicing. So the best, the honest, the kind old couple were donated, were given, were offered, were rewarded by the prince some of the rich gifts. So they enjoyed a lot, they rejoiced over. So by seeing this, the wicked old man also collected the remaining ashes and went out to the castle and announced himself that he has the magical power to make all the things to sprout out just like the old honest couple. But what happened? So meanwhile they were asked to come. The prince also was present in that scene. So he witnessed the whole incident. He scattered the ashes on tree. Not a bud or a flower appeared, but the ashes flew into the prince's eyes and face. See, this is prince's eyes, and it came down simply. Nothing happened there. So the gods beat him almost to death and threw him away. So he was taken away, he was thrown away, he was beaten away by all the gods of the prince. So you can see that the good man and the woman, as soon as he heard the news, they gave the neighbor a share, made him to realize that his greediness. So this is how we come to understand through the Japanese folk tale that the old honest couple, the honest old couple, they taught him a beautiful lesson that if at all you want to be the best person, the wicked man understood that he apologized for his greedy, தன்னுடைய பேராசையை அவன் நன்கு உணர்ந்து கொண்டு and led a good virtuous lives together afterwards. Dear students, you can also understand a very great thing through this supplementary reader that we need to be virtuous. We should not have the covetousness, because பேராசை பெருநஷ்டம் என்று நாம் சிறு வாலிபத்திலிருந்து நாம் படித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். So if there are things to be noticed in the glossary part, you can see covetous refer to having a great desire to possess something belonging to someone else. யாரோ ஒருவருடைய பொருளை நாம் அபரிக நிறுத்தம் என்றால் அதற்கு நாம் பேராசை பிடித்த ஒரு எண்ணத்தை நாம் குறிப்பிடலாம். Martyr refers to a hard strong bound which is substances or crushed powder. So தானியங்களை நாம் உடைத்து நொறுக்குவதற்காக பயன்படுத்துகின்ற ஒரு குவளையமாக நாம் மாற்றரை சொல்லலாம். Obliged refers to making something legally or morally bound to do something. நாம் கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கின்றோம், we are indebted to it என்று சொல்வார்கள். I am indebted, I am much obliged to it. So such type of words we use this word obliged. It is in the form of adjective. Titbit, a small piece of tasty foods, that is what eaten by the dog when it was with the old couple of the good family. They were very honest also. Wagging its tail, we saw that when it found the treasure under the earth, it wagged its tail violently. So moving or causing to move rapidly to and fro, மேலும் கீழுமாக அங்கும் இங்குமாக வாளை அசைப்பதை நாம் என்ன செய்கிறோம்? wagging his tail. And withered become dry and shriveled. withered என்பது காய்ந்து வறண்டு போன என்ற வார்த்தைகளை நமக்கு இது குறிப்பிடுகிறது. Dear students, you must also know, I have an interest topic to you, that do you know that dogs were originally domesticated from the wolves? Because 15,000 years ago itself, it was a new evidence that the dogs were the first domesticated in East Asia, especially possibly in China. So over time, hundreds of breeds with a great degree of variation have come into being. That is so we have got. So it is from the wolves, dog has come to this level. Even in the warfare also, dogs help in multitude way. From war dogs trained in combat to their use as scouts, sentries and trackers, their uses have been multitude varied. Some continue to exist even in modern military usage. இன்னும் ராணுவத்திலலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நாய்களினுடைய பயன்பாடு அதிகமாக இருக்கிறது. நம்முடைய வீட்டில் கூட நம்ம நாய் வளர்க்கிறோம், அதற்கான நிறைய காரணம் இருக்கலாம். ஸோ டாக் இஸ் அ ஃபெய்த்ஃபுல் அனிமல். வி நோ தட் ரொம்ப விசுவாசமானது. இட் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் லாயல் பை நேச்சர். வி ஷுட் லேர்ன் எ கிரேட்டஸ்ட் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக் ஃப்ரம் திஸ் டியர் டாக். ஸோ த மாரல் ஆஃப் த ஸ்டோரி இஸ் கவர்டால் லூஸ் ஆல். பேராசை பெருநஷ்டம் என்பது மிக முக்கியமான சிறப்பு வாய்ந்த கருத்தாக, மைய கருத்தாக இதில் பதிவு செய்யப்படுகிறது. Dear students, I hope you enjoyed this story. Not only me, those of you who had watched it till the end of this story, because this story invites all the readers, especially dear 9th standard students. It gives you a call, a personal call that we need to live a virtuous and good life. For your further clarifications, you are also given study material along this link. You can just download it and have a thorough knowledge on it. Please write down with the help of with the guidelines of your parents. Along with that, you have got question bank, and for your self evaluation you are given self assessment. Please go on watching the videos sent by from our schools so that you can also have a good knowledge. Don't waste your time, because time is a very precious thing. We are called to lead a virtuous life. Thank you one and all. Thank you for watching this video.
நளினி அமிர்தாவோட ஃபாதரு ப்ரீகேஜிலேருந்து 8th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் படிக்கிறாங்க. இப்போ அது 5:30 to 6:30 வந்து கிரவுண்ட் ரன்னிங் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு, பாடி எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு, அப்படியே ஸ்கூல் அட்டன் பண்ணிவிட்டு, மத்தியானம் மேலே மதர் தெரேசா அகாடமிலையும் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க, மெட்ராஸில் எம்இஎம்லும் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. நேஷனல் லெவலில் வந்து கோல்டு அடிச்சிருக்காங்க.